Hello guys, and you're welcome. In this tutorial, I'll show you how you can improve your videos using DaVinci Resolve. So in case you recorded your videos and you don't really know what to do to improve your videos, let's go ahead and jump on that. So first thing I'll do is to create a new project. I'll just call that IMP for improve, just a shorthand, and I'll just open that project and I'll create a new project here. I actually created a folder initially, not a project. I'll call that 100 as the first one, and I'll hit create. So it's going to load up now. What I quickly want to do is go to the edit page and let's import a clip I recorded. So I just recorded directly using my phone. So I'll hit Control I to import a clip, and I'll just do this short clip, a 2-minute clip, and I'll hit open to bring that video in. And to have that video ready for editing, we'll just drag it to the timeline and place it like that. So on the timeline, I'll hit mute M for the audio, and let's see what we have right here. This is a vertical video, so I'll go to the gear icon and I'll set it to use vertical resolution and save. And I'll just click this to push it and make it a vertical video. So now that we've done that, let's just see our video here. Now, if I drag this playhead, it looks really nice, but here are some things I would like to change. So first of all, this lamp at the top here, it's not really bad, but it's a bit distracting, so I'll need to blur that. Secondly, since I'm using a warm light here on my cheeks, I want the other side to be cool. So I'll need to adjust the color temperature to represent something cool, so we have a contrast between the warm and cool lights. Thirdly, I'll need the focus to be on me, not the background. So here on this area, especially around my face, since this is a talking head video, I want the focus to be there. And to do that, I need to blur the background. Also, I'll work on a few of the colors, especially here where we have the shadow. The shadow is crushed. So I used an iPhone to record, like I mentioned, so I need to improve that shadow. So to do all of this, we have two options. We can use the Fusion page or the color page. The color page is more approachable, so let's head over to the color page and see what tools we can use. So first, I'll go to the color page by just clicking on that lovely color icon, and this is what we have here. Now, if you're on the color page, your screen might be totally different from mine because I'm using this vertical, setup. Yours might actually not be like that. So in order to be with everyone, let's just reset our UI layout, and I'll get rid of this vertical, thing here. I'll just go back here and just put this here. All right, so let's move on. So what I want to do is I'll get rid of the clips. What I like doing is to basically, and I'll get rid of the gallery so we have a large space to work with for our nodes. So our nodes is going to allow us to begin to make those changes. So what I want to do first is to adjust the temperature to make it slightly cool. So all right, click this node label and I'll just call that cool. And what I'll do is go over here to the temperature and I'll just drag this slightly to the left. Now, if we drag this fully to the left, you can see we have a very cool temperature right there. So I don't want it to be too much. And you can always reset the name, the temperature. If I double click on that, it's back to 0. So that's how you can reset something. So I set that to about negative, I think 800. I think that's fine. I don't want to overdo this. So next thing we want to do is to add another node to adjust the level. So I'll hit Alt S to create a new node, and I'll right click and I'll call this level. And by level, I mean the brightness and the darkness of this image. One way to easily see what we're doing is to click on this waveform. And I'll click down and I'll set this to waveform. I always like using grayscale, so I'll get rid of this colorize like so. So what do we have here and what are we seeing? Now, if we have any output below 0 here, it means it's too dark. And we have any output above 1023, it means it's too bright. Ideally, you want your darks to be below 0 and not up to this line here. This bright section is just representing this section of the wall and some of the highlights on the face. So let's go ahead and adjust that and see how this looks like. So the first thing I want to do is to go over here on the curves and let's create one point here and then another point here. And I'll just drag this, push this slightly up a bit. And for the brightness, I'll just drag that down a bit so we can see it's reducing some of that highlight clipping on the forehead based on the lights. So again, if I push this up, you can see it's going up and it's crushing our pixels. That's not good. So we just want this to be slightly around here, and that's fine. For our darks, we want to push this slightly up a bit so we don't have something that's too dark. Just a few changes. So next, what I want to do is to work on the skin, and to do that, I'll use a qualifier. So I'll hit Alt S, I'll right click, I'll call that skin Q, because I'm using a qualifier for that skin, and I'll use this qualifier tool. So I'll select the qualifier and I'll select this tone here for the skin. So now I've selected that tone. I want to set a nice little range for it. And then for the saturation, I'll just drag this around here and then drag the range for the saturation like that. All right, so and here, I'll just go over here, and for the gamma, you can actually see what we're doing here. Right, we're just adjusting that slightly. I'm not going to go too much for the skin. So next, what I want to do is to add a nice little focus on myself to separate myself from the background. And to do that, I'll hit Alt S to add another node. Right click, and I'll give that node, I'll just call that blur, just to blur out the background. And to do that, I'll use a power window. So go to the window and click on this circular object, and let's invert this mask by clicking on the next icon here. And next, I'll just go over here and drag this to make sure it's just covering my face area. Just push this up a bit like that. And this is going to be the region of focus. Next, I'll just soften this out a little bit like that. So we added a power window, and what this is going to do is to create a mask, and any effect we're going to apply will only apply within that region. Since I inverted it, everything outside this region will be affected. So here I'll go to blur, and I'll just push it and set it to 100%. And you can see how it's looking now. It's too much actually. So I'll just go ahead and drag this down just a little bit like that, just to keep the focus on the face. So the clothes, region around the clothes are a bit blurred. We might need to go back to our power window and then increase this softness like that. All right, so cool. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and start creating the look. This is where the grade will come in. When we're satisfied with how our image looks like, we can now begin to apply things like the grade. So to do that, I'll hit Alt S, and I'll go over to my color wheel, and I can play with the lift, gamma, gain, and offset. Basically, this is your darks, midtones, highlights, and this affects everything together. So for the dark sections, let's just go over here, and I'll call this look. So for the darks, I'll just slide this down a bit, like so, just push it down slightly. And then for the midtones, let's just add a bit like so. And then for the gain, I'll push the gain to be slightly cool like that, just a little bit tidbit like so. And then for the offset is going to affect everything together. So if you want a generally bright image, you can drag that, or you want a dark one. I don't want it to be too dark. I think that's it. That's good. So for this look, this is where you can grade. And basically for the shadows, I might say I want the shadows to look a bit like that, you know, to give it that warm look. And then for the midtones, I want to give it that little cool look right there. So you can see this is how you create your grade here. So there's the first look, and here for the gain, we just want to push that a little bit. Now this is looking really nice because we have this warm section here, and then you can see the entire image is cool. It just gives it a nice balance, and we can always go back to our level graph here and change things up to push it up or push it down like that, like so. All right, we can even drag this down a bit, and you can see that look we have. So how do we preview this? Well, you can hit Control D to disable a node like that. So let's disable all of this. So disabling everything, hitting Control D to disable, and we're also disabling our look. So this is how we are originally, and then here we've actually applied the blur, applied the qualifier, applied some levels adjustments, and here we've set our theme to be slightly cool. And the cool thing is, each time you click on these nodes, you'll see a red little dot to tell you which of these options you've actually changed. So here for the cool, if I go over here, this is where I was setting that temperature. I want to reduce this. I'll set this to negative 400, like so, because I don't want it to be overly too cool. So next, let's add some softness to the skin. So to do that, I'll hit Alt S, and here I'll right click. I'll call that skin soft. And to easily do that, here we have this mid details. If I set this to about 100, you can see we're getting this to be really sharp. If I double click on MD, this is what we're getting. So this is sharp and this is soft. So this is too soft, right? We're giving that plastic look. So here for the mid details, I'll set it to about, I think about negative 18 is not too bad because it's not too soft like that. So you have this smooth skin, it doesn't really look rough. Again, this is it, default. So I'll just set it to about negative 13. That's good. So what I also like doing is to apply some motion blur to our image. And to do that, let's go ahead and click on motion effects. So it's there close to the camera icon. And what we'll do is to set it to about 3 frames. And for the spatial noise reduction, we'll set it to beta. And then for the motion blur, we'll set it to beta as well. There are some of these options that are only available in the Pro version. So basically, this is our finalized clip. We actually made our image cool. We added a levels adjustment. We modified our skin using a qualifier. We added a power window with a blur mask just to make the focus on us. We also added a nice little look. We also smoothed the skin, and we actually finally added some nice little motion effects on the video. So this is how it looks like finally. So if we go back to our edit page and I set this back here and I turn off the color wheel, this is the original one and this is the final version. So this is how I recorded originally. You can see it's a little bit more orange, more warm, but now we've added a background separation, added a look, made the skin smooth, added some motion blur, and worked with the lighting. So hopefully this gives you an idea on what you can do. In my next video, I'll show you how you can use AI by taking a still image of your raw shot and then AI suggesting what you can do to improve your video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.